Welcome back to the Malvern College podcast, where we bring together the community to explore more about life inside and outside the school from the point of view of pupils, staff and parents. Each week we'll be talking to one of the members of the community to find out more, hear their stories and get a little deeper into the fabric of life in and around the school. In this episode, we'll be finding out more about life in one of the houses at Malvern College. Housemistress Michelle Nardone talks us through how her previous careers have shaped her for a role like this, how she balances teaching with being a housemistress, and what it's like to teach life skills to the girls in her house. So come with me as we step into this conversation.
Today's guest is Michelle Nardone. She's housemistress of Number 8 House. Michelle certainly enjoyed a varied life before joining Malvern College and is now combining teaching with caring for a houseful of fast-developing girls. Michelle, tell us a little bit about your life before your role of housemistress.
I started off in the Royal Air Force, which was my introduction to life, which was absolutely brilliant experience, and I'm very glad that I did it. And the girls are always very interested to hear about my 7 years in blue. And then I was really lucky. I came back to the UK after serving in Germany, and I had thought about studying law at that point, but I went to a party and met the HR director of the local television station, and basically offered me a part-time job there, and I basically never left for another sort of 13 years. So I had a brilliant time. Yeah, it was really good, and they taught me lots of great things. I met some fascinating people because I was able to have a snapshot of people's lives, and it was a real privilege to be able to look at what people do, and it was very exciting, and I did manage to do quite a lot of travelling around the world as well, which was amazing experience. And then I decided to do my childhood dream and train to be a lawyer, and I was very lucky enough to be given a scholarship by the Middle Temple to train to be a barrister. But then I found that I was better suited to mediation, so I started doing mediation, which is absolutely brilliant in this job.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a very interesting side of the law. So that's a lot of different sort of career patterns, but I guess you've brought all of those to your current role, really.
All of them have come together. It's amazing actually how all of the roads converged into one. I never in a million years dreamed I'd end up being a housemistress, but it has turned out to be one of the most rewarding jobs that I've ever done, and I absolutely love it. I have never been bored. Every day is different. There's a new challenge, and it's really good. And working with the girls, it keeps you young. I love their energy. I've got a lot of energy myself, and with all of the things that I've done in my life, it needed energy and a little bit of risk-taking occasionally, and I like to be able to give that to the girls, and you know, you can do it. Take those risks, and life is great and wonderful, and your world is your oyster if you go out there. And I get so excited. The girls who are about to leave at the moment, they're all so excited. They're going either on gap years, they've got their university choices all sorted, and they're going to do a whole myriad of different things. And it's so I get so excited because I've had such a great time in my experiences, and it's lovely to see them doing it, and for me to have a little bit of a helping hand along the way for them to achieve their dreams. It's great.
You're sort of a walking careers advisor, really. You've been. They don't really need to get people to come in and talk about different careers because you've had nearly all of them.
Oh, I don't know about all of them, no. But I have touched or talked to, because of the job that I had in television. I have had access to lots of people that have done lots of really interesting jobs, and so when I talk to the girls, I can say, well, have you thought about, or did you know that you can do this? And their tutors, their academic tutors, I always advise the girls to go and have a tutor, a teacher that can help them along the way to achieve their dreams. And I'm just more of a the conduit really to pointing them in the right direction, because there's a lot of people here at the college that all come together to help each child here achieve their potential and their dream. We have chats, they come in here and they have a cup of tea and a slice of cake, and we talk about what they might want to do in a sort of very relaxed, less formal atmosphere, and then they can go away and talk to the careers advisors and their tutors, who all play a big role in helping them make those initial steps to what they're going to do next.
Because it must be a balancing act. You are, in effect, sort of in loco parentis of the young people, and you've sort of got to balance pushing them forward, but also nurturing them, giving them emotional support. I guess, again, your experience will help with all of that.
Yes, you have. It's interesting because lots of people say, how do you manage a house of 60 girls that are all teenagers? But actually, it's rather than when you're the parent and you've got those emotional ties to your child. I care for each girl in the house, but I don't have that total emotional. And they have that respect, so they wouldn't answer me back like they would maybe their parents, so they tend to listen to me, and I'm able to give both sides of the argument, and I can say, well, as a mum I think this, and they will listen to me. So it works really well, and it's a mixture because this is their home and we really create that home from home, but there is also that respect that's there, so it works.
It sort of reminds me really of I was going to say elderly aunt, but you're nowhere near an elderly aunt. But it is that kind of role, isn't it? That you don't have the parental baggage, you don't have the expectations and aspirations. You have a sort of very, not a subjective view, but you're able to look at the girls in a very different way. And I suppose balance it really. You've got a balanced view, haven't you?
Yes, you can be more objective with what they do. I mean, one of the things I've learnt very much with the girls is to be fair with everybody. I try to be as transparent with them as I can be, and they know that I will always help them with whatever it is, because everybody will make mistakes and things like that, as you do in a home, but I ask them to be honest and have integrity, and they do, and they come and speak to me. And I help them talk through their problems, their issues, and also if they've got themselves into a pickle somewhere along the line, I help them unpick it and give them strategies to go forward to help them deal with the difficult situation that they find themselves in. And they usually come back saying, I did it, I sorted, because I don't want to go and sort everything out for them. I try to give them the tools to sort it out themselves.
So is there a stage at which you're kind of balancing reassuring parents as well? Because obviously they're aware that their teenagers are going through just that stage, the whole adolescent stage, along with the hormones that go with it. And is that something you have to do to reassure the parents, to say, no, honestly, we are dealing with all of these problems?
Absolutely. My relationship with parents is really, really important. It is a partnership. We're in partnership together, looking after the well-being of their girls, or my colleagues as well. But yes, very much a partnership, and we have an open dialogue, so they can contact me whenever they need to, whenever they're worried about anything. And we can talk through those issues. I mean, I'm about to write an email now because one young lady in my house, she has suddenly become much more helpful, really engaged around the house, helping the younger ones. And parents just like to get that reassurance that their children are developing. The other thing, the young ones, when they come in, they see me more, I think, more as the authoritarian figure, which I'm not, and I encourage them to come and talk to me. But as they get a little bit older and they learn to trust, it's building up that trust relationship with them. So the girls in my 100, they've gone from being little girls, a little bit wide-eyed, to these young women who are feeling more confident at coming to talk to me about their lives and what they're doing. And that transition from little girl into young woman is magical, and it is so lovely to be a part of that journey with them. But the relationship with parents is really, really important, and I encourage all my parents to keep in touch with me.
It's lovely to think that you actually feed back positive things rather than the negatives that we tend to. I suppose our vision of people in a boarding school and in a house is, I'm writing to your parents about something, but it's lovely that you're actually relaying back the positive aspects of their daughters.
Oh, there's lots of positives. We all do newsletters every half term. Just lots of lovely photographs, slideshows, just so that they can see what's going on with their girls, and of course they want to see how they're developing, and it's really nice to be able to pass on that good news. I have a team of house assistants which are absolutely brilliant, and they are on the phone, available to talk to from about 7:30 in the morning right through to 10:30 at night, and I just get parents just phoning up, just saying, how's so-and-so today? Are they okay? Is there any problem? Don't tell them I phoned, but I'm just making sure, because sometimes the girls, they do forget to phone home. They get so busy with their lives here, and it's, have you phoned Mum today? Maybe you want to go and give them a quick call.
Yes, I definitely remember that bit. You're also a teacher. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you teach and how that sort of fits in with your other responsibilities at Malvern College?
Yes, I teach business A-level and business management on the IB programme. I'm also head of the PSHE programme. I have a cut-down timetable, so I don't teach as many lessons as my full-time teaching colleagues, and so I balance my teaching alongside my operating in the house.
And you still enjoy it?
Oh, very much so. It's lovely. The house is great, and I have all my girls that I look after. But it's great going out into the school, because teaching on the life skills programme, I get to see the boys and girls from across the houses, from other houses, and of course in the business and economics department, I get to see all the A-level students. So it's really nice, and it keeps you in touch with the heartbeat of the school and what's going on. It's really good.
So life skills, that sounds exciting and a little scary. What does that consist of as a course?
Life skills is so important, and we teach all kinds of different things. So it's relationships and sex education, which is really important. That's taught at different maturity levels. So it's sort of, we have a spiral curriculum. So what they're taught in the foundation year builds as they go through the school till they get to the upper six. And so they might start off with what is a good relationship, what does that look like, puberty, what's happening to them at that moment, right through till they get to the upper six, and we start talking about their fertility, and we teach everybody about the menopause. So it does the whole spectrum. But it's also about being able to budget look at your budgeting, how to manage your bank account. We look at drugs and how to stay safe at festivals, because obviously the drugs and things are around, and what we want to do is to ensure that our young people have the right information, and that they know where to go for the right information, because we can't pretend these things aren't happening. But it's about making sure that our children are safe and they know where to get everything that they need to stay safe when they go out into the big wide world.
It sounds incredibly rounded. I'm actually quite jealous of the girls there. Tell us a little bit more about you, because presumably, as well as being an amazing support to the girls, you must have a life of your own.
A life of my own, yeah. It's pretty all encompassing. I'm married, and I've got a little girl myself. She's 14, so I very much understand the parental perspective from doing this. I enjoy the hills. We're very lucky here to have the Malvern Hills on our doorsteps. So I enjoy walking up the hills, and I enjoy sailing. When I have time, and when the world goes back to normal, I like to get involved in theatre. I enjoy singing and performing. So the kids enjoy my antics occasionally, and I allow them to get my. Then. Well, every sort of Christmas, one of the things I do is I write a silly song that I perform about the girls and what they've got up to over the year, and so they really like it if they make it into my song. So it's quite funny.
That must take you a bit back to your barrister days when you were training at the Middle Temple.
It's good. Yes, I've done the revels. I've taken part in the revels that's there. Yes, no, it's good. The job is it's great being part of this wonderful establishment, and I say that wholeheartedly. It's a really caring, lovely place, and the girls really believe that this is their home from home, and they are happy to come back into House 8 because they've missed their term time family, and it's lovely when they come back.
Well, it's been lovely talking to you today and finding out all about your role. I have to say, I think I might put an application in it. It sounds wonderfully varied. You have so much that you can get involved in, and it's lovely of you to join us today. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
So that was Michelle Nardone talking about life in one of the houses. A big thank you to her for coming onto the Schools podcast. Now, if you'd like to get to know the school even deeper, then don't forget to check out Malvern College on social, whether it's Twitter, Instagram or Facebook. Just search Malvern College. And to stay up to date with the next episode that's coming out soon, be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast channel. And then when the next episode is released, you'll get a small notification just to ensure that you don't miss it. But until then, thank you for listening to this episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.